undefeated, 37-0. What do you do now?
We're ready for anybody.
And
Weight division champion of the world, Mike.
that anybody is supposed to be Sergey. Well, it is going to be Sergey Lipinets. It's been officially announced that here, let's do it this way. Mikey Garcia, the current WBC 135-pound champion. He is also the WBC 140-pound WBC Diamond champion. So basically, he's kind of a champion in two divisions to an extent. However, that Diamond championship could have guaranteed him a shot at Terrence Crawford, but that Diamond championship doesn't necessarily mean that you're elevated to full champion at 140 pounds. It's a weird situation, but let's go look at this really quickly. Let me zoom in. Please subscribe. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. So there's been this mystery over the last several months after he beat Adrian Broner back in July of, okay, well, who is Mikey Garcia going to fight? There was actually in some negotiations to fight Miguel Cotto as high as 154 pounds. So that added, another dynamic to this situation, because you was thinking, well, shit, if he going to fight at Cotto at 154, then he could fight anybody at 147 and 140 and 135. So now we're seeing that he's fighting Sergey Lipinets. I was actually at his last fight when he's 13-0 with 10 KOs from Kazakhstan. I was actually at his last fight when he fought Akihiro Kondo on the undercard of Wilder versus Taverne 2. He didn't look that good. And this is the guy that actually, tried to stop or didn't want Terrence Crawford versus Julius Ndongo to go through because he thought he was getting skipped over as far as the IBF was concerned. So he kind of tried to stop history. But now he's getting a big payday, the biggest payday likely of his career. The fight's going to take place in the Alamodome in San Antonio.
All he wants are the biggest fights
possible. Hold on.
There's nothing.
There we go. Down in San Antonio, it's Garcia versus Lipinets for the IBF 140-pound title is taking place down in San Antonio in the Alamodome, February the 10th, 2018 on Showtime. Okay, Rances Barthelemy is on the undercard. Now, of course, Mikey Garcia having a strong Hispanic Mexican fan base is a good place for the fight and for him to win a title, or depending on, that WBC Diamond Championship situation, for him to, win another title in a division, basically, or some weird situation like that. Now, a lot of people are saying that, I use this term for Jeff Horn, but they're saying that now, since the fight has been announced, and I did a little quick, survey on social media, is that Sergey Lipinets is just, a sacred food. A sacred, meal, a sacrificial meal for Mikey Garcia. Now, this guy is supposed to be really good, and he's had he didn't look good in the fight where he won the title, but now, the way it's looking, it's like, well, shit, they're throwing him right to the wolves. Now, if you go look at Mikey Garcia's resume, here's the thing: Mikey Garcia already said 37-0 with 30 KOs. He already said that in 2018 he was going to go to 140 pounds. And the reason why I'm getting to this is at the post-fight interview of the Jan Zlatan fight, he said he was going to go to 140 pounds. At the end of the year, which is his next fight, 2018, as at 140. He fought Broner at 140. So he's the 135-pound WBC champion, but Jorge Linares is the WBC Diamond champion. You see how I say it gets weird between 140 and 135 as far as what does that WBC Diamond championship mean? But the thing is, people have been talking about, Mikey Garcia versus Vasyl Lomachenko. Now, Vasyl Lomachenko's fighting at 130 pounds. He's saying he's going to go to 135, and if he fights 135, best bet to me is he's going to fight Ray Beltran for that vacant 135-pound title. But now Mikey Garcia is, in my opinion, he's done with 135 pounds. He's at 140. So if that fight was to ever happen, he would have to move to 140 pounds. And also, there's a political divide there because it's safe to say that Vasyl Lomachenko was property of ESPN. You know, he's a top-ranked fighter. They have that deal. They're investing in him, and he's bringing in big ratings and bringing in, you know, new fans. So when it comes to Mikey Garcia, he says he's a free agent, but all Al Heyman fighters are free agents, but they're not really free agents when you know that they align themselves and fight on Showtime, or you know that those type of fighters, especially those fighters, especially a guy like Mikey Garcia, who was with Top Rank before, who Top Rank, had his contract for a long period of time, and he's had some legal issues with them. So for him to fight a top-ranked fighter in Vasyl Lomachenko, a lot of political bullshit has to go down for it to happen. And I just don't feel confident it happen. So you can listen to Mikey Garcia all you want, just like Freddie Roach said, the other day. We have the video here on the channel was Mikey Garcia is calling out everybody. He wants to fight everybody, but, like, who does he fight? And a lot of people are going to look at this Sergey Lipinets fight, and say, well, wait a minute, what happened about the rumors of you and Omar Figueroa? What happened with the rumors of you and Robert Easter, Then you didn't fight, Miguel Cotto, and you fight Sergey Lipinets. Yeah, the selling point is it's for a title, but if Lipinets didn't have this title, then what the fight happened? That's the question, right? But regardless of the matter, it's a good fight on papers. You have an undefeated, fighter who just won a championship. You got Mikey Garcia, and you got Sergey Lipinets, who's been saying that he's this good. People have been saying that he's really, really good. Even though his last fights, he hasn't been looking good. Now he's got to show how good he is. Simple as that. So February the 10th, 2018 on Showtime in the Alamodome. I'm going to be covering that fight, in some way, shape, or form. Hell, we might even be doing full coverage. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe.